Are you working harder than ever but feel like you're stuck on a treadmill, running in place? What if the key to unlocking the life you want wasn't about working harder, but about awakening a sleeping giant already inside you? If you find value in summaries like this, make sure to like, subscribe to Audiobook Bites, and hit the bell so you never miss an upload. Now, let's dive in. Today, we're dissecting a book that is less of a book and more of a manual for total life transformation. Awaken the Giant Within by the Master of Personal Development, Tony Robbins. This isn't about small tweaks or minor adjustments. This is about a seismic shift in how you see yourself and the world. It's about understanding that you have the power, right now, to change anything and everything in your life by tapping into a force you already possess. Robbins argues that personal power is the ability to take action. It's the ability to change your emotional patterns, your behaviors, and ultimately, your destiny. So, if you're ready to stop being a passenger and start being the driver of your own life, then let's get into the 5 foundational pillars from this masterpiece. The first and most fundamental lesson is understanding the invisible forces that control your every thought, feeling, and action. Pain and pleasure. This is the bedrock of all human psychology. Think about it. Everything you do, from getting out of bed in the morning to the career you've chosen, you do for one of 2 reasons: to avoid a perceived pain or to gain a perceived pleasure. You go to a job you might not love to avoid the pain of bankruptcy. You go to the gym to gain the pleasure of confidence and health, or to avoid the pain of disease and low self-esteem. This isn't just a theory. It's the operating system of your brain. The problem is, most of us are being controlled by this system unconsciously. We let short-term pain prevent us from achieving long-term pleasure. We avoid that difficult phone call. We put off that workout. We stay in a comfortable but unfulfilling situation because the immediate pain of change seems greater than the pain of staying the same. To truly awaken the giant within, you must consciously take control of this mechanism. You have to rewire your own brain. The secret is to associate massive, unbearable, gut-wrenching pain with your old negative behavior and, simultaneously, link exhilarating, profound, undeniable pleasure to your new, empowering behavior. It's not enough to say, "I should stop procrastinating." You have to feel, deep in your soul, that another day of procrastination is more painful than anything else. You have to visualize the cost of inaction 1 year, 5 years, 10 years from now. See the opportunities you've missed, the dreams that have withered, the relationships that have faded. You have to make that future so painful, so unacceptable, that you are compelled to act right now. Let's use a deeply American example: the crushing weight of student loan debt. For millions, this is a constant, low-grade pain. It's a number on a screen, a payment that leaves your account every month. But to truly change your financial future, you have to amplify that pain. Don't just see the number. Feel the weight of it. Feel it as chains holding you back from the life you deserve. Feel the pain of telling your future kids you can't afford their college. The pain of being stuck in a job you hate because you have to make the payment. The pain of watching your friends buy homes while you're still renting. Make that pain so real, so visceral, that you'll do whatever it takes to escape it. Then, you flip the switch. You link massive pleasure to the actions required to get free. Imagine the exhilarating feeling of making that final payment. Visualize the email confirmation. Congratulations! Your loan is paid in full. Feel the surge of absolute freedom. This isn't just about not having debt. It's about gaining the ultimate American prize: choice. The pleasure of being able to take a lower-paying job you love, the pleasure of starting your own business, the pleasure of investing that old payment into your future, building real wealth. When the pleasure of freedom becomes a burning desire and the pain of debt becomes an unbearable torment, you will find the energy, the creativity, and the discipline to obliterate that debt from your life. You've just used the foundational forces of pain and pleasure to change your financial destiny. The second pillar is understanding that your beliefs are the blueprint of your entire life. Robbins makes a powerful distinction. Your beliefs are not reality. Your beliefs are your interpretation of reality, and they are the commands you are constantly giving to your nervous system. If you have a belief, your brain will act as if it's an undisputed fact. It will filter all incoming information to support that belief and discard anything that contradicts it. This is why two people can experience the exact same event, and one is defeated by it while the other is empowered by it. One believed it was a failure, the other believed it was a lesson. Most people think their beliefs are formed from rational, logical conclusions about the past. In reality, most of our core beliefs are generalizations we made as children, often based on limited or flawed information. And the most dangerous of these are our limiting beliefs. A limiting belief is any rule you have for your life that holds you back. I'm too old to start a business. I'm not disciplined enough to lose weight. You need a top-tier degree to be successful in America. These aren't facts. They are opinions you have decided to treat as gospel. The process of awakening the giant within is a process of becoming a belief detective. You have to hunt down these limiting beliefs, put them on trial, and shatter them with evidence to the contrary. Let's take that quintessentially American limiting belief. You need an Ivy League degree to make a real impact or build a massive company. This belief stops countless brilliant people from even trying. They see the gatekeepers of success as the admissions offices of Harvard, Yale, and Princeton. But is it true? To shatter this belief, you introduce doubt. You look for counter-evidence. Look at the icons of modern American innovation. Steve Jobs, the visionary who co-founded Apple, one of the most valuable and influential companies in human history, was a Reed College dropout. Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard to build Facebook. Larry Ellison, the founder of Oracle, dropped out of 2 different colleges. These individuals didn't let a piece of paper define their potential. Their core belief wasn't in the validation of an institution. It was an unwavering, almost fanatical belief in their own vision and their own ability to bring it to life. They understood that resourcefulness, passion, and a relentless drive to add value are infinitely more powerful than a credential. So, you must ask yourself, what are the limiting beliefs that are running your life right now? What are the rules you've created that are keeping you in a cage of your own making? Identify them, question them, and find the evidence that obliterates them. Replace "I'm not good enough" with "I am a relentless learner who can master any skill." Replace "I don't have the resources" with "I am resourceful enough to find a way." When you change your beliefs, you change your reality because you change the commands you send to your own mind. This leads us directly to the third pillar, which is perhaps the most empowering concept in the entire book. It is in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. It is not your conditions, but your decisions that determine your life's path. We love to blame our circumstances. We say, "I can't be successful because of the economy," or "I can't be happy because of my past." Robbins calls this the blame game, and it's the fastest way to give away your power. Your life today is a result of the decisions you've made up to this point, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The empowering news is that you can make a new decision right now that can change the entire trajectory of your future. A real decision, as Tony defines it, is different from a preference or a wish. Saying, "I'd like to lose weight," is not a decision. A real decision is when you cut off any other possibility. It's when you commit with your entire being and burn the boats, leaving no path for retreat. It's the moment you say, "This is how it's going to be, and I will do whatever it takes to make it so." The power of this is almost magical, because a true decision sends a new signal to your brain. It tells your mind to start looking for the how. It activates your resourcefulness and unleashes your creativity. Think about a powerful moment in American history. Think about Rosa Parks on that bus in Montgomery, Alabama, in 1955. The conditions were oppressive. The system was rigged against her. She could have easily made the choice of compliance, the choice she had likely made hundreds of times before. But on that day, she made a different decision. A real decision. A decision that said, "No more." In that single moment, her destiny and the destiny of a nation shifted. It wasn't her conditions that created the civil rights movement. It was her decision. Now let's bring this into the world of American sports, a place where pressure forges legends. Imagine Tom Brady, down by 4 points in the Super Bowl, with less than 2 minutes on the clock. The entire world is watching. The pressure is suffocating. The conditions are as difficult as they could possibly be. He doesn't have time to complain about a missed call or a dropped pass. He has to make a decision. And the decision isn't just, "I'll try my best." The decision is, "We are winning this game." That unwavering commitment changes everything. It changes his physiology. It sharpens his focus. It inspires belief in his teammates. He's no longer reacting to the circumstances. He is creating them. You have that same power. You might not be on a world stage, but the stakes in your own life are just as high. What decision have you been putting off that could change everything? The decision to finally start your business? The decision to leave a toxic relationship? The decision to get healthy once and for all? Stop waiting for conditions to be perfect. They never will be. Your power is not in your circumstances. It's in your decision. Make the decision. Commit to it. And watch as the giant inside you awakens to find a way. The fourth key to unlocking your potential is to understand that you can master your emotions. You are not at the mercy of your feelings. You can change your emotional state in an instant. Your state is the sum of the mental and physical feelings you experience at any given moment. When you're in a confident, resourceful, or joyful state, you have access to your best self. You're creative, decisive, and resilient. When you're in a fearful, overwhelmed, or frustrated state, you're cut off from your true capabilities. The mistake most people make is believing that their state is a reaction to outside events. Someone cuts you off in traffic, and you get angry. You get a bad email, and you feel discouraged. Robbins teaches that this is a trained response, not a requirement. You can take direct control of your state by consciously managing two things: your physiology and your focus. Physiology is simply the way you use your physical body. Your posture, your breathing, your facial expressions, your movements. It's impossible to feel depressed if you're standing tall, with your shoulders back, a huge smile on your face, and breathing deeply and powerfully. Try it. It's biochemically impossible. Motion creates emotion. If you feel tired, don't slump. Jump up and down. Put on some loud music and dance. A radical change in your physiology will produce a radical change in your emotional state. The second controller of your state is your focus. Whatever you focus on, you will feel. If you focus on what you can't control, you will feel helpless. If you focus on what's missing from your life, you will feel scarcity. If you focus on the past, you will feel regret. Your focus is directed by the questions you ask yourself. Lousy questions produce lousy answers and lousy states. Why does this always happen to me? Is a question that presupposes you are a victim, and your brain will find evidence to prove it. A powerful question is, what can I learn from this? Or, how can I use this to my advantage? These questions force your brain to look for solutions and opportunities, immediately shifting you into a more resourceful state. Let's look at a master of state management, Beyoncé. Before she steps onto a stadium stage in front of 80,000 people, do you think she just passively hopes she'll feel confident? Absolutely not. She engages in a pre-performance ritual designed to put her in a state of absolute peak performance. She controls her physiology through dance and power poses. She controls her focus through visualization and listening to music that makes her feel unstoppable. She is not waiting for her state to be right. She is commanding it. You can do the same. Before a crucial job interview, a high-stakes sales presentation, or even a difficult conversation with a loved one, take 5 minutes. Go somewhere private. Change your physiology. Stand like Superman or Wonder Woman. Breathe deeply. Put a confident smile on your face. Then, change your focus. Ask empowering questions. How can I connect with this person and add massive value? What do I need to focus on to achieve my best possible outcome here? You are the director of your own mind and body. Stop being a passive actor in your own movie and start directing your state to create the results you want. This is not about faking it. It's about generating the authentic emotional fuel you need to succeed. Finally, we arrive at the fifth and most profound pillar, the power of identity. The strongest force in the entire human personality is the need to stay consistent with how we define ourselves. Whatever identity you have adopted for yourself, you will find a way to live up to it. If you have the identity of someone who is always late, you will unconsciously create circumstances that ensure you are late. If you have the identity of a hard worker, you will find work to do, even if it's not the most productive. This is why so many personal change efforts fail. People try to change a behavior, like smoking, without changing the underlying identity. If you see yourself as a smoker who is trying to quit, you are constantly fighting your own identity. The craving, the struggle, it's all part of that identity. Lasting change happens not when you change your actions, but when you change your identity. To create a permanent shift, you must stop seeing yourself as a smoker and begin to see yourself, to truly define yourself, as a healthy person. A healthy person simply doesn't smoke. It's not part of their identity. The choice becomes easy because it aligns with who they are. The ultimate way to awaken the giant within is to consciously decide who you want to be and begin living as that person today. Consider the massive identity shift required to go from being an employee to a successful entrepreneur in the competitive American landscape. Many people start a side hustle, but they still cling to their identity as a 9-to-5 employee. They think like an employee, they manage their time like an employee, and they see their business as a hobby. As a result, it rarely takes off. The ones who succeed are those who make a radical identity shift. They stop seeing themselves as an employee and start embodying the identity of a CEO, even when their company is just them and a laptop in a Starbucks. They make decisions like a CEO. They manage their finances like a CEO. They invest in their own skills like a CEO. They carry themselves with the posture and certainty of a CEO. They aren't trying to be an entrepreneur. They are one. This identity shift pulls them forward. It forces them to acquire the skills, to take the risks, and to develop the mindset necessary for success. So, who are you? And more importantly, Who have you decided to become? Are you someone who struggles? Or are you a resourceful problem solver? Are you someone who is overweight? Or are you an athlete in training? Are you a dabbler? Or are you a master of your craft? Define your ultimate identity, write it down, and start asking yourself every day, what would the person I want to be do in this situation? Then, do it. Your identity is not set in stone. It is a choice. And when you choose a more empowering identity, you unleash the giant within to make it a reality. Tony Robbins' message is clear. You are not your circumstances. You are not your past. You are a force of nature with a power inside of you that is beyond your current comprehension. The giant is not something you have to build. It's already within you, sleeping, waiting to be awakened. The 5 keys we've discussed: leveraging pain and pleasure, shattering limiting beliefs, making true decisions, mastering your state, and upgrading your identity, are the blueprint for that awakening. They are the tools to take conscious control of your own evolution. So my question to you is this: what is the one decision you are going to make right now to start living the life you truly deserve? Leave a comment below with your decision and commit to it. Thank you for watching.